You may say to yourself, I listen to and enjoy the Ron Van Dam podcast. What does that say about me as a person? You're probably going to want to sit down for this one. It's going to take a while, and it's not, good. It's the Ron Van Dam Show on New England Broadcasting.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night. It's the Ron Van Dam Show.
That's true.
Hold on tight, things can get a bit weird, if you like that sort of thing.
Thank you. Welcome to the program. It is the Ron Van Dam Show. I can prove it. It's the Ron Van Dam Show. God. Someday you may have your own show. Then I'll listen to it. So, this is fair. Actually, we all have our own shows. It's called Life. Your life is a show. In some cases, it's not a very good show. It's a show that doesn't really belong on the air at all. That could be your life. I don't know. Do you believe in reincarnation? I don't know that I want to. If I have to go through this all over again, they also say that, like, when you go to heaven, you're reconnected with your loved ones. Who wants that? In some cases, Uncle Bob is up there. He's a weird man. He sent me photos of his midsection without clothes on. I don't want to hook up with Uncle Bob in heaven. Why is it only a heaven or a hell? Can't there be something in between, like an Arby's? You know? All right, that'll be enough. That'll do it. Thank you so much. That's enough. Make yourself comfortable. I'll take things from here. You just shut up and sit down. You've been through a lot lately. I know you have. We all have. So you just, I'll say it out loud. You just shut up for a little while and I will drive this bus. Welcome to the show. Last night was the first night of the Democratic National Convention. I don't know why they call it that anymore, because it's just it's a pre-planned program in order to advertise the Democratic Party, and the Republicans will be doing that in a few weeks as well. It's just like sitting down and watching a documentary with a lot of speeches in it. I must say that first night, and I don't know if you watched it or not, at 10 o'clock they do like a recap of what happened during the day on all your channels and all that. It was quite extraordinary. The speeches were about as good as any speech could possibly be. Bernie Sanders spoke. Michelle Obama was just incredible. This woman is incredible. I don't care if you're Republican or Democrat. Man, she has got it together. She is incredibly intelligent, articulate. Just the kind of person that you hang on every word that she says. She's an extraordinary person. I hope that you're able to watch that speech. It was beyond excellent. Anyway, there you have that. That's going on. I want to make a prediction, and I don't like to do these kinds of things because I basically am supposed to be doing a comedy show. That's what I'm kind of known for. But every once in a while, you got to get things off your little chesty poo. I have a prediction, and I think it's going to come true. It's starting to materialize as coming true. I think we are in for a second wave of this virus deal. And it's because of one thing and one thing only. we don't know what the hell we're doing, and we have nobody in the White House that can tell us or guide us or set some national rules. Some states do this very, very well, keep it under control very, very well. But most of them don't. They screw it up, and this is a country where people travel from state to state, so it screws it up for everybody. The opening of the schools in the fall probably will not work. I hate to say that, but they probably won't. Because if there is one child who contracts the virus, or one teacher or one janitor in a building, the school shall close down. If a college has one party on or off campus that infects a number of students, the college will shut down. This is not going to work. And why? Because the American people, for the most part, have no responsibility or brains whatsoever. We're supposed to be the smartest country on the planet. Opposite. We have cocky idiots that walk around this country thinking that they're immune from everything, and I don't care if I spread it to the rest of my family, my parents, my grandparents. I'll make it through. They may die, but I won't. So what the hell? Let's drink some beer and hug each other and spit in each other's face and congregate in large groups. I just want to have fun. Fuck everybody else. Excuse me for saying everybody else. That's what's going to happen, especially with the college-age kids. I mean, they're young adults? No, they're idiots. They're children. If you can put a child in the White House, you can certainly put a child in a college setting. Kids in school, middle school, high school, grade school, they're kids. They're kids. This is not working out. We had the entire summer to figure this thing out. We had the entire summer to get this under control. We had the entire summer to think about the schools and how we were going to approach that and to make it safe and fairly foolproof. We had the whole summer to figure it out. Nothing. Nothing on a federal level whatsoever. Nothing. The only thing that the federal government has been doing over the summer is shutting down the post office, removing the giant efficient sorting machines, which move the mail super quick, actually clamping shut mailboxes throughout the country. Why? Because the president, as he admitted, doesn't want mail-in voting because that could be the death of him and his political career, quote unquote. Manipulation of you. That's what they've been doing all summer, trying to somehow rig the election so that they can cry foul and win that way, or at least delay the winnings. It's hard to fathom. In any event, rather than spending the time during the entire summer trying to tackle the spreading of the virus, people went to the beach, to large parties, stood on the decks of boats in large quantities. The president himself tried to have many rallies over the summer inside and have people not wear masks and not social distance. Even the president said poo-poo to it. You know, it's sad. It's just sad because, as they say, it didn't have to be like this. It didn't have to be like this. And not every person in this country is smart or can figure things out. So we're at a place right now which is, in most cases, worse than ever before. So, will schools stay open? No, not for a while. We need this freaking vaccine is what we need, or some kind of guidance as to how we can avoid getting this thing until a vaccine does come out, so that it doesn't affect our economy to any great extent. We had it down pretty good with the outdoor dining, but now we've got the winter coming upon us, where schools will open, and people will be congregating inside. And we've got a situation where the flu vaccine will have to be administered again. So now we're dealing with the flu thing as well, which can also get out of hand. We're dealing with people now having to stay inside because it gets colder as the fall and the winter come upon us. That's probably a good thing. But the outdoor dining thing that was working may not be possible unless we get some giant heaters for the outside of restaurants. I don't know where this is going. I still am very confident that before long this will all be solved in a gradual, better situation. But when when the president thought that when the weather got warmer, this virus would just go away, that the number of deaths would be just maybe 15 or 20, far exceeding that, my God. When the president thought that this was a hoax that was dispensed by the Democrats in order to shock people, when the president stated that he's not going to wear a mask, there's no reason to do that, this is like being blown out of proportion, when the president refused to spend the money to get testing, free testing for anybody that needed it. I said free testing for anybody that needed it, where the results come back as fast as a pregnancy test. Taking a test for this virus and then getting the results 4 or 5 days later, you've already spread it to dozens and dozens and hundreds of people. It's meaningless. All this could have been avoided by the president mandating manufacturing for to just do the PPE equipment for hospitals and for the public to make sure that they were safe and better protected. All that not done. Only just a prayer and a wish, and also a delusional attitude by the president that only says it'll go away. It is what it is. Okay. Anyway, what a comedy show this is, huh? What a great comedy show. I'm sad about the post office. I still depend on the post office. Most people depend on it for their Social Security checks, their disability checks, whatever the case may be. Not everybody has the accounts that the money's just dumped into. We depend on the mail for hundreds and hundreds and thousands of things. As a matter of fact, medications are sent through the mail. The things that you order are sent through the mail. It is vital. It is vital to our existence, the communication and the delivery. And here is a president who, for his own devices, to try to make sure that not as many people vote as they can or they want to, in the midst of a pandemic, starts shutting down post offices, which would now be the lifeline for many people. It's hard to fathom how the brain puts this thing together. I still don't know, to be honest with you, how much it is to mail a letter. I don't know. When they started with this forever stamp thing, which is great, nothing lasts forever except a stamp. Good concept. I like it. Not so bad. But I have no idea how much first-class postage is. I'm serious, I don't know. Is it 45 cents, 46, 47, 48? It's like an auction. I have no idea. I guess it doesn't matter because there's forever stamps. You forever put it on the thing. We don't know how much it costs. And I do go to the post office every once in a while, and I buy stamps. And I say, give me like 20 stamps, and they give it to me. And they say how much it is. I don't divide it by 20. I just say, whatever. If it costs me a few cents more, I cannot. How much is a stamp? 47 cents. That's outrageous. It used to be 46. That's outrageous. You can't. You sound like an idiot if you do that. Speaking of idiots, do you do this? I do it too. It's just cheap human response. When I go to get gas, there'll be a gas station that has the price of gas at $2, and across the street from that gas station is another gas station, and the price of gas there is $2.02. 2 cents more per gallon than the one across the street. Which one do we go to? The cheaper one, the one that saves us 2 cents a gallon. Does it ever pop into your mind that it makes absolutely no difference whatsoever? If you're filling up your gas tank and you have like 15 gallons of gas, you've just spent 15 cents more in one gas station than another. 15 cents. How am I going to feed my kids? I could have had 15 cents in my pocket. But this is what we do. We go across the street to the cheaper gas station because we save 15 cents. Some people actually travel. They get in their car and they drive 2 or 3 miles to the cheaper gas station to save 15 cents. I want to just clue you in on something, people that do that. The amount of gas that you spend to go to that further away gas station where you're saving 15 cents, you've spent more than 15 cents on gas to get to that gas station. You got to use your brain sometimes. I mean, yeah, we want to save money, but let's not be stupid about it. I mean, come on, man. Are you serious? We always go for the cheaper one, even if it's just so minuscule. Well, it's the principle of the thing. I always go with the lower price. How much lower, you idiot? I've talked about this before. It also bothers me. We have become very complacent to the 1999. And by the way, 1999 is not a chain of restaurants. That's the 99. I'm not talking about that. This is there is a chain of restaurants called 99, isn't there? I believe it is. It's frustrating to me. Why are you calling yourself that? One more and you could have been 100. Do you know why they call it the 99 restaurant chain? Because apparently, this is what they tell me, there are 99 reasons why you should eat there. Couldn't come up with one more, huh? Couldn't even that off. We are a society that needs to have it just one less than the larger number, because that's attractive to us. Where do you want to eat tonight? You want to go to the 100? Sure, but there's a place called the 99. Oh, we can save money. No, it has nothing to do with that. What are you talking about? So if something costs $20 and then another item, the same item, in the other store is $19.99, where are we going to buy it from? The place that has it for $19.99. The place that has it for $20, way too much money. Way too much money. They've priced themselves out of the market. I'm going to get it from the place where it's only $19.99. Well, you don't understand how petty and stupid that is. And that's everything on television is $19.99 or $29.99. It's not $20. It's not $30. It's under $30. My God, that item is under $30? Yes, it's only $29.99. That's a bargain. That's a bargain. How long will it be on sale? It's what? As long as there is a 99 cent after the price, we think we're getting a bargain. Yeah, I was. I'm gonna get an office chair. How much is the office chair? It's $200. I know a place you can get it for $199.99. Get out! Where? Quick, tell me. What's wrong with us? What is wrong with you? Really, more specifically, that's absurd. That's just absurd to have that attitude. I get in general how you look for the lower price, but let's not be crazy about this. I'll admit I do that when I go out to lunch to eat at a restaurant outside. I look at the menu and I peruse the menu not by the food, but by the price. I look at the menu, I open it up. These days it's just on a sheet of paper, which is thrown away in the garbage. But I look at the menu and I scan the prices and this looks inexpensive. What is it that I'd be eating for this price? I go for the price and then I look to the left to see what it is that's priced that. That's what I do. Where can I get something that I really like where the price is not too much? And it becomes a juggling game in my mind. Well, I really like the hamburger, but they're asking like $15 for a hamburger. I can't do that. The chicken salad, only $9.99. Menus don't do that. Menus very infrequently do that. Menus round it off to the nearest dollar. They don't fool around with that. You're going to have the chicken salad sandwich, or you're going to have the tuna. Let me see. I'll have the tuna. What is it? The tuna is $9.73. That's a good price. They don't do that. The tuna is $9. It's a single digit. Menus don't fool around with that. Hey, look! They have the cod. Oh, the cod with vegetables and a dinner salad. How much is that? That's $15.23. Wow, they figured it down to the penny. They don't do that on menus. They do it in stores. Yeah. Why don't we just round things off to the nearest dollar? I mean, it'd be so much simpler. It really would. I go into stores now. They've got signs at the register, at the checkout, and it says we don't have any change. What happened to the change? I know we're not dealing in money anymore. We're only dealing in credit cards. I went into a Dunkin' Donuts, and I was picking up a couple of donuts for somebody, which is, to me, blasphemy, but I was asked to do it, and I did it, and it came to like $1.79 or something like that. And I said, I only have a $10 bill. And the girl behind the counter at the register said, well, you can put it on a card. I said, put $1.79 on a credit card? Yeah, I prefer you do that. That way we don't have to deal with the money or touch the money. I said, wow, okay, this is a different world. Thank you. You know, I'm not 10 years old. This is like very foreign to me. It's weird. Yeah, well, that's what we do. And there's a sign, signs. No, we don't have any change. We don't have any change. We're a store. I don't do the change. Why is there's a shortage of coins? Yes, we can't find any coins anywhere because we're not. I don't know why. Because people are using cards. We don't deal in change anymore. I don't know. I don't know what's going on. What happened to you? It's very weird. It's very weird. All right, I have a great guest that we're going to say hello to momentarily, and that'll be that. And then the show will be over shortly after that, and you can go back to your regular life, which amounts to probably not much at this point, but who knows? Who knows? Do you like beer, by the way?
You reach for a beer. What are you looking for? The finest malts, grains and hops. An artisan ale that represents a modern take on traditional brewing techniques that master brewers have refined and treasured for years. A true beer drinking experience. Or like most of us, are you just looking to get fucked up on the cheap? Well, if you're like the rest of us, congratulations, your beer is here. It's Falkenholter. It's not a great beer. It's not even a good beer. It's a beer that's $4 a case, and it's strong enough to melt the chrome off a trailer hitch. So kiss your liver goodbye and say hello to Falkenholter. It's beer.
Hi, Ron.
How you doing today?
Good. How are you?
Great. Thank you so much. Grant Smith joins us. He's Vice President of Education at Code Ninjas. And, he's an expert in this field that we're going to be talking about today. How you doing?
Good, thank you. How are you? I'm
great. You have authored interesting series of books here, The Big Fat Notebook. And this is, we're looking here at educating and informing kids about the upcoming world and how to make sure you're a part of this thing. Where'd the concept come from?
Yeah, that's right. So I authored the Everything You Need to Ace Computer Science and Coding in one Big Fat Notebook, and then the Big Fat Notebook series has been around for a few years now, and
Okay.
they cover English and science and math.
All right.
And the idea is that, it's basically introducing kids to these topics that they'll learn in school, but doing it in a really fun and engaging way that is pretty unique and is written by expert teachers and vetted by expert teachers, and it's written as if the smartest kid in class, was the one taking the notes.
Mm-hmm.
And so you'll see little doodles in there as if the kid were doodling along with the notes, and it's just a really fun approach to all the different topics.
Okay.
And so, as the series has been written, computer science has been growing and growing, and more kids have shown interest in this. So it was apparently, or obviously, time to add this to the series.
Okay. Now, do you realize that there are many adults who have absolutely no concept as to what is in this book? For them, could adults actually say, I don't want to tell anybody, but I don't know what the hell's going on here. Maybe I should look at this book too.
Yeah, I get that all the time, actually. It's really funny, and I've worked with a lot of adults. Before my current job, I trained teachers on how to teach computer science, and none of them had any exposure to computer science beforehand either. So I've worked with a lot of adults, and I actually think the middle school level is a great place to start for adults, because any younger and you kind of feel like it's a waste of time, it's a little babyish, and much older, and they can kind of get deep pretty quickly. And so I think this is actually a great start for parents, because something that's unique about this book is it's not just coding. A lot of books out there, will just cover coding projects and will just kind of throw you in the deep end and you'll just start coding projects. This book actually covers all 5 of the pillars of computer science for this age level, including the computing systems, data and analysis, algorithms and programming, which is the coding part, networking, the internet, and impacts of computing throughout our lives. And so it's a great introduction to the whole idea of computer science and exactly what is going on. How does computer science affect our lives, and what we can do about it?
Yeah. Well, there's nothing we can do about it. It's here it's here to stay, and it'll only get more involved and more technical and more expansive. So, needless to say, this is like learning how to talk, isn't it? In a way, I mean, not to make it real simplistic, but it's something that not far from now you're kind of going to have to know.
A lot of people actually are making the argument that coding is the new literacy, and they liken it to learning an additional language. The argument is that, back in the day when people were transitioning from a verbal to a written culture, those who could read and write were the ones who held the power. And we're kind of seeing the same thing today. Those who can read and write the algorithms that control our lives are the ones who are powerful now. We just saw, all the heads of these huge tech companies talk about how they, testify to Congress about the power that they wield. And we're seeing this more and more, that the owners of this tech are the ones that have this immense power. And it's up to us to understand how this power is being used. And if we don't understand the algorithms behind it, then we're the ones being programmed if we can't program ourselves.
Yeah. What about public schools? Are they actually catching up to what your book is actually doing? I know in many states they have adjusted their curriculum accordingly, but I don't know how involved it is, or if it's even really existent. I mean, are we a little bit behind in that?
We are behind if we compare ourselves to other countries. In the UK, coding has been part of the national curriculum for the past 6 or 7 years. In China, in Australia, Italy, a bunch of countries already have this as part of their national curriculum. In the U.S., about half of our states align to the standards that this book is written to, the national standards that it's written to. And then 2 states require it, but they're soft requirements in that there's no downside if you don't actually do it. They just say it's required. And so I think we are a little bit behind. I think what's even more sad is right now, because of the situation we're in from the virus, a lot of the computer science programs are being scaled back or cut for this year to try and focus on the tested areas, because we put such an emphasis on testing. And so I think a lot of parents should be helping their helping their kids understand these topics, and it'd be great to give your kid a little bit of boost in life if you were able to help them learn these topics through giving them resources like this book and whatnot.
Yeah.
But I will say we have a lot to catch up on.
Yeah, I mean, that's an interesting point. I don't know where things are going to be in the fall. I don't think anybody really even knows just yet. But no matter, it almost has nothing to do with it because parents don't understand what their kids are learning in this field, in this industry. Most of them have no concept. So your book comes along and actually answers that question. Here's what they can understand in a way that they can understand it. The adults might be able to pick up some information too, but it's speaking to the kids and to that age group. So it's kind of like right now, your book's kind of important as far as I can see.
Yeah, in fact, the book is a bit aspirational as well because it was actually written to meet all of the standards, whereas what we're seeing in public schools is that a lot of times we focus on the focus is on programming, and they kind of forget about computing systems or data and analysis or networking the internet and the impacts of computing. Yeah. And so even if it's being taught in school, it's probably not being taught to the fullest extent. And so, scaling that back, okay, so what if my kid's not getting in school as a parent? Right. Here are all the topics that your kid should be learning and an introduction to all of them. And then if they are getting this introduction in school, then maybe they're not getting everything that they actually need because our school system's still lagging behind. And so I do think that this is an interesting book. I think it will be interesting to try and keep up because technology is consistently and constantly changing.
Yeah, that's true.
And so we'll probably have to rewrite it every 5 years or something, or sooner. But it'll be good.
So every time there's a new iPhone, you have to rewrite the book.
Exactly.
Pretty much. Okay. Yeah. When it hits, what are we at 5G now? Just about when it hits 6G, you got to do another one. Okay. Right. There's got to be some gradation here. How do we get the book? Big important question.
Yeah, you can find it on Amazon or your local bookstore, and it's being sold, everywhere that books are being sold, basically. If you want to hear more about the entire series, you can go to Workman's website. The book is published by Workman Publishers, so you can go to workman.com and find out about the entire series, or just look up The Big Fat Notebook on Amazon, and you can get the whole set for your kid, especially if they're learning from home. It'll be a great asset for them this semester.
Well, I mean, the title says it all. It's everything you need to ace computer science and coding in one big fat notebook. I mean, I don't know how many more things you could put in it that are any less accurate. So perfect. Hey, thank you, Grant, for your time today. It's been a pleasure speaking to you. Is there some way that people can follow you by any way? Or do you not want to be followed?
I just gotten off social media. No, you're fine. I just actually this week got off social media, but I do have a website, wgrantsmith.com.
Okay, very good. Which I assume you wrote yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Fine. Thank you so much, Grant. Pleasure speaking to you. Well, there you go. Thank you so much for joining me today. You have been wonderful as usual. I don't know how you do it, to be honest with you. I couldn't do this. I'll be back again tomorrow with a brand new show. Until then, think smart. I wish you peace.